We're going to take a look at how to solve all kinematics problems. The first step with any kinematics problem is that you want to write down the 5 variables of kinematics. The first being d for displacement, next v0 for initial velocity, vf for final velocity, a for acceleration, and t for time. After we write down those 5 variables, we want to go through our problem and pull out any numbers that we have. And we always need 3 numbers in order to solve any problem. If you don't have 3 numbers, then the chances are you're missing something. And that's when you want to go back and take a look for hidden numbers, like something starts from rest, which would be an initial speed of 0. It won't say a number, but it's there. Okay, once we get our 3 numbers, we're going to put them in our column next to the letters that they represent. So if we're doing a problem where a car starts from rest, we would know its initial speed would be 0 meters per second. And the problem might say the car drives 100 meters, so that would be a distance. And it's going to accelerate 5 meters per second squared. And the question then might say, well, how fast is it going after all this? So I would want a final speed. I always put a question mark in the spot of the letter that I want. I want the final speed, so that's where I put my question mark, so I know that's what I'm solving for. We're always going to end up, or mostly going to end up, with a blank spot, a letter that does not have a number and does not have a question mark. When you get those, what you're going to do is you're going to go back to our equations, all the equations we have for kinematics. We have 4 of them, and we're going to take a look for the equation that does not have the letter that we have no number and no question mark for. So we're going to go and take a look and say, what equation does not have time? And once we do that, we can find that the only equation without time is the Vf squared equals V0 squared plus 2AD equation. Once we pick our equation, we're going to do a little bit of algebra, get it arranged for the variable that we want, plug in our numbers, and solve. So a quick review. First step, always write down your 5 variables. Make sure that you pull the numbers out of the problem and put them in the correct spot, so that you should have at least 3 numbers in order to solve and 1 question mark. Pick the equation that's going to allow you to use your 3 numbers and solve for your question mark, which means we want the equation that does not have the letter that we don't have a number or question mark for. Pick that equation, write it down, and then you'll do whatever algebra is necessary in order to solve. And that's it.